Hi guys, Chef Katrina here, and I want to share with you guys one of my biggest fears that I had. For many that you don't know, I actually played volleyball for 9 years. I was actually paid for my college degree, 4 years collegiate D1 volleyball. I was a middle blocker, so for those that know, that's a pretty brutal position. We do a lot of blocking, a lot of fast movement all over the net. We're constantly, moving and shaking and all that good stuff. I had a lot of fun during my volleyball career, but I also suffered a lot of injuries. I got a lot of sprains. Luckily, nothing crazy, but I did throw out my back. I had a lot of back problems. I started developing a lot of shoulder issues. I had to have surgery on my knee. It wasn't all a glam and roses going through that, but at the time, when we're that young, we're fearless. We take on the world. I remember spraining my ankle and be like, "Coach, I can get back in. Coach, I can get back in." But that's just kind of the passion that we have around our sports as athletes, is that we just really want to compete, we want to perform, and we really want to do well. So I finished up my 9 years of volleyball, and I entered into the world of culinary arts. And as a chef, there's a lot more that we do to our bodies on top of everything else. There's a lot of repetitious hand motion. There's a lot of staying on our feet. I mean, it is really a wear and tear type of profession out there. Very grueling, very stressful, very demanding. So I started looking around statistically about what was going to happen the longer I stayed in this industry, and after all the things that were starting to pile up and as I was getting older, the things were starting to show themselves. And I guess my biggest fear actually was my hands. It is very well known that chefs develop carpal tunnel and arthritis in our hands. Probably it's one of the biggest things in our industry because of the fact that we do so much repetitive knife motion. We do so much sauteing. We're constantly doing a lot of stuff that we're known for damaging and having issues with our hands. Besides all the other issues that I was having with my back and so forth, there was just a lot going on, and I was a little bit afraid that I was going to be in a lot of pain. I actually had images of myself as I was getting older that I was just going to kind of fall over into myself and become like this hunchback, decrepit individual. And then the prognosis did not get any better when at age 29, visiting my chiropractor, he basically told me I was suffering from degenerative discs in my lower back and that there was nothing they could do for me. It was just something I was going to lose over time. I was going to be in immense pain and I was going to struggle for the rest of my life. And this is not the news that you want to hear when you're 29 years old. You're thinking, well, I've got, I've got a long lifespan ahead of me. And all it sounds like is I'm just going to be in pain between carpal tunnel, arthritis, this back issue. It just did not sound like the way I wanted to live my life. I didn't want it to go downhill. Luckily for me, I was actually introduced to a company and a product called Reliv International. And this whole purpose that I really want to wrap around you guys is that that's my quick story with that. There's a lot of pain, a lot of suffering that I had. And then when I started taking Reliv, I actually really did put it to the test. I started running for a marathon, or started training for a marathon that I was running in about 4 months. That's when I first got introduced to Reliv. So I was bound and determined to prove that this product sucked, because I had tried tons of nutritional stuff out there. I was bound and determined to prove that it wasn't going to help any of my prior issues. I was going to suffer. I was going to be in pain. This was a bunch of hocus pocus, and it wasn't going to work. And I was pleasantly surprised when I was proven wrong. For the past 7 years that I've been taking Reliv, yes, I just gave you my age, I have been pain-free in my lower back. I have no issues with the shoulder from rotator cuff issues that I was having while I was running. My hands today are still very nimble. I have no pain, no fatigue, no carpal tunnel, nothing like that I'm reporting. It's just been an absolute blessing to know that the more and the longer I take Reliv, the healthier I'm actually getting. It's starting to repair all those damages that I put my body through for so many years. And the reason for the story, guys, the reason I'm sharing this with you is that tonight Reliv is actually hosting a sports nutrition call. This is a webinar that they're doing just for you guys to give you some more information. So if you're an athlete or you're a fitness guru or you're doing any type of running or anything that's good for you, healthy-wise, I really suggest that you jump on to this webinar tonight. It's about 30 minutes long. There's going to be a link down below, so click on that link to learn more about this. But it's a real quick Q&A, and as an athlete, guys, we put our bodies through a lot. We absolutely put our bodies through body, whether weight training, whether we're doing fitness, whether we're doing aerobics, whatever we're doing, we put our bodies through a lot. And I was just blessed to find Reliv and the nutritional products that, helped with inflammation, helped reverse some of the issues that I was having. And by no means does Reliv, say that they're going to cure, prevent, or treat any type of illness. But I just know that this amazing nutrition has done phenomenal things for me. And I think it's time that you heard these stories and had the opportunity to ask your questions a little bit more about this company and about these products. So thanks, guys, for joining me. Again, the link is down below. I look forward to seeing you on this sports webinar. For all my athlete friends and all my go-getters out there, you guys are really going to benefit from learning how to better maintain your body so you're always at peak performance. Talk to you guys soon and see you on the webinar.